Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. And Christina, congratulations on completing your Pathway 5, Level 5 Engaging Humor. If your purpose today was to slay us all with your good sense of humor, you achieved it. So congratulations. Diving deeper into the content and the context of your speech, I personally will evaluate it through the lens of 4 areas. Your beginning was very strong and powerful. You started out with a very poetic narration, and I was like, oh, is this poetry? Your tone of voice was very engaging. You caught our attention very quickly early on, and as a result, we as your audience were able to connect with you. And your use of Buffy the Vampire Slayer as the lead kind of gave a sense of audience awareness, which is very important when trying to connect with your audience. Secondly, you used very powerful creative language as well as catchy phrases. For someone who likes tweeting, if I were attending a conference where you're giving a speech, I could already see myself tweeting away very catchy phrases that you introduced to your speech. Things like, life is scary. And you didn't just dwell on the basics, you also gave us, factual statistics. 1 in 98, how humans have 1 in 98 rates of dying by falling down. I didn't know that. So that would have been an interesting tweet. You also said facing fear is unavoidable part of life. And then you made the use of glorious disaster. At first you said glorious, and I was expecting something very positive, and then you said disaster while describing your experience in Japan. Then you also made use of very powerful transitions. You didn't just speak, you didn't just give us very, should I say, superficial, inspiring content, but you also shared a part of your personal life, which is very important when trying to connect to your audience and when also giving a speech, because people want things that are relatable. So you're sharing your personal story about studying in Japan and how you overcame your fear of traveling alone at 21 was very relatable, and it helped us understand the context. And that use of transition came very handy, because right after that, you then carried us into the phase of how you were able to overcome your public speaking fears, which is the main bone and should I say the backbone of today's speech. So during that section of your speech, which was also like the connector of all the 3, the different aspects of your speech, you were able to reflect on your growth during the completion of your entire path. You're able to also share some aspects of your growth with us, giving us examples, for example, of how when you gave your first speech, you spoke nonstop for about 25 minutes, and almost drowned your audience, and other examples that were very relatable for people like myself trying to improve my public speaking skills. Then you didn't just stop at that. You gave us empowering tips on how we as individuals, members of the US Senate Toastmasters Club, can become a slayer like you, and how we can improve our public speaking and overcome the fear of speaking in public. So you did all of this very well. So it's hard to really pick on any area that you can improve on because you're such a slayer. But if there's one thing I would say you shouldn't, when giving your speech, do not bury your lead. Because when you started out, I was really carried away by your creative approach and all of that, until you got to the conclusive section where you then connected it back to the purpose of your speech. So I would say maybe next time, try to take a more complex angle, give us early on the reason or the purpose behind your speech and what you're trying to achieve, and then tie it back towards the ending. But overall, I'm personally inspired by your speech, and I look forward to hearing more from you in the near future. Thank you, Christina, and congratulations.